Mula sa Asian Community Development Council, ito ang FILAM in Focus. Mondays at 12 noon, right here on PHLV Radio.
Magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat and welcome to FILAM in Focus, a program by the Asian Community Development Council or ACDC. Here, we explore the important issues, challenges, and opportunities impacting Filipino Americans as well as the wider Asian American and Pacific Islander community. Ako po ang inyong host, Edelweiss Solano, and I am happy to welcome you to today's conversation. Bilang pagdiriwang ng Buwan ng Wika, binibigyang pansin natin ng isang espesyal na panauhin, si Mark Satorre, isang manunulat at guro na may layuning hikayatin ang mga batang mambabasa na mahalin ang wikang Tagalog. Kaya samahan niyo po kami ngayon as we explore Tagalog para sa mga bata. Isang makulay at makabuluhang paglalakbay sa mga aklat pambata ni Kuya Mark, kabilang ang Let's Cook Filipino at Parts of the Body. Welcome back, Mark.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, everyone.
Yeah.
Good afternoon, Vice.
Good afternoon and maraming salamat muli sa pagpunta mo ngayon at magkaroon tayo ng isang conversation. So, simulan natin. Maaari mo bang ikwento ng kaunti yung tungkol sa iyong sarili at kung ano ang nagbibigay inspirasyon sa iyo para magsulat ng mga libro para sa mga bata?
Okay. So, I grew up in the Philippines and I have experienced two cultures, and I want to write books that would teach our young kids our culture in the Philippines and what's a good start would be to write a book. Mm-hmm. So that's the reason why I wrote the books. I want to write something that would be cultural and they could learn the language, and also it is attractive and easy to use.
I see.
Yeah.
Thank you for maraming salamat for sharing that. And ang naalala ko sa previous episode natin is that you speak the dialect Bisaya.
Yes, I speak Visaya fluently. I'm from Cebu in the Philippines.
Kamustahin natin ang mga
Hello, kamusta mga taga Cebu? Mga bisdak, hello, how are you? And I speak Tagalog also because that's the national language. I'm also fluent in Tagalog.
I see. That's good. And then talagang trilingual, tama ba? Yun.
Yes, trilingual. And I'm learning Spanish a little bit.
Wow, galing naman. So, and then, nung nakaraang episode din, diniscuss natin yung mga libro mong in Bisaya at tapos ngayon, Tagalog naman. So, ano nagtulak sa'yo para ituon yung pagtuturo ng wikang Tagalog sa mga bata sa pamamagitan ng mga libro?
I notice a lot of Filipinos here abroad in America, in the UK, in Australia, a lot of Filipinos, they have children, and I noticed that the children, they don't know how to speak the language. They hear their parents speak, their uncles, their lola and their lolo speak, but they don't know how to speak the language. So that's what I noticed, and I wanna promote Filipino language for the younger generation. It is part of our culture. And I think it is very important that we keep the language with our children, especially me as a teacher and as a parent. I like to teach my kids the language also. I talk to them in Filipino. They speak to me in English. I answer in Filipino. Just some basic words in Filipino they understand. And I want to teach them through books. So reading to them when they're younger, I would recommend and suggest 5-10 minutes. So it will be fun learning for them, and that will be a good starting point for them to learn the language.
Ang ganda naman ng istorya mo at saka yung creative process sa paggawa mo ng mga libro. Talagang deeply rooted siya sa ating kultura at saka identity bilang isang Pinoy.
Yes, and I specifically wrote books that are culturally relevant to us. One of my book is about Filipino food. Another book is about Filipino phrases, and another one is the body part. So those are visually appealing for the kids, and also it is easy to learn because it's easily translated in English to Tagalog.
I see.
And it's hard to find those type of books in the market. Usually when you see them, they're in the Philippines, or you have to go to the Philippines and buy them. But I brought it here, and you could buy it online and easily ship to your homes. And not only in the United States, but we ship also to other places, even all the way to Dubai, UAE, New Zealand, Australia.
Ang galing naman. Pero totoo yan, hindi siya easily available lalo na dito sa US. At saka dala mo actually mga librong iyong binanggit. Katulad nung Let's Cook Filipino.
Yes.
And then Tagalog language.
Yeah, this book, I made this book. It's titled Tagalog Language, Let's Cook Filipino. It's 30 easy Filipino recipes, if you can see. So it covers our favorite dishes. We have here crispy pata. We have sticky rice, suman. We have Bicol Express. And it is fun and engaging, very colorful, easy to learn, step by step in English and translated in Filipino. It's a fun cultural fact book about Filipino cooking. And it's visually appealing. If you're a young kid from the Philippines, if you're looking at this and you're like, oh, what is this? And then you start reading it and it's translated in Tagalog and English, that'll be something that you would be interested in to learn the language. And then you can have your parents explain to you some of the words if you don't understand.
Ang cute. Tapos hindi lang sila matututo para magsalita ng Tagalog, pero pagluluto din.
That's the cultural aspect. So they know the Filipino food. We have pork sisig, we have adobo, we have ubi halaya, 30 colorful Filipino recipes, step-by-step guides on how to make them. Yes.
Nagluluto ka ba?
I cook. So
really?
I cook. I'm planning to cook those recipes also because I love Filipino food. I'm a big adobo fan. I love dinuguan. I love sisig, and even the crispy pata. I love those, even if it's not good for you.
So aside from you love to cook, you also love to eat those Filipino foods. And is that what inspired you para gumawa ng Filipino?
Yeah, it's part of cultural sharing. You have to share your culture to other people, and I'm proud. You have to be proud of where you're from. I'm proud Filipino. I'm a proud Filipino American now. So I would like to share my culture to everyone, and I want the other Filipino American parents who have kids abroad, make sure you download the culture to them, teach them Filipino food, teach them Filipino recipes, teach them the language. That is something that we should do, and we should keep that and be proud of it.
Ganun ang sinabi mo, yung cultural sharing and then being proud of the Filipino culture. And paano mo, sa tingin mo, bakit ba mahalaga para sa mga batang Pilipino, America, na matutunan nila ang Tagalog at manatiling connected sa ating culture?
Yeah, it would give them a deeper connection to the Philippines. So if you're born here in the United States, you're Americanized. So I want to spread Filipino culture through books, through children. So example, you're a parent, you have young kids, you give them something literal literature that is Filipino and English. Start reading to them so that it won't feel like they're forced to read it. Like they're forced to read in Tagalog. They're forced to learn Tagalog. They're forced to learn Filipino language. So if you do it as a habit, do it 10-15 minutes every night or before they go to sleep, it becomes part of their routine and becomes natural, organic, and that's how you embed the Filipino culture back to them. So my kids, they like to eat Filipino food because I love Filipino food. So now they know what Filipino food is because I eat Filipino food. So same with the words. You have to talk to them in Filipino. You have to give them some basic Filipino stuff that they should learn, and eventually when they're older, they would feel comfortable when they travel to the Philippines and meet their cousins, their uncles, and their lolos and their lolas, especially when there's a Filipino gathering like a boxing match that everybody's speaking in Tagalog, and they're like, oh, I know those words. I know what they're talking about. So it's just part of our culture.
Naintindihan nila.
Yeah, they would understand. Yeah.
Tama ka dun sa sinabi mo, which is it's part of being connected to their roots and being part of that. It is being part of their identity. And yung method of taking it one step at a time and a simple way is to just out of while cooking or while eating, at least it's not forced. Like
it's not forced. I don't want to force my kids. If they don't want to learn, I don't want to force them. It's up to them. But eventually, when they're older, they're gonna look for that. They'll be like, oh, I'm different. I'm not same as them. So I would explore this side of me, which is my Filipino roots, my Filipino culture, and that's how it becomes we call that cultural exchange, because now you're learning your own Filipino culture. Being American, you're learning your own culture. So that's what's happening right now.
And eventually, when they grow older, they will be able to integrate
they'll
their
be able
culture
to integrate their culture.
seamlessly.
Yes. Yes, and continue their Filipino culture with their kids.
Right.
Because they're going to be Filipino American, and their kids will be Filipino American.
Preservation of culture.
Preservation, exactly, correct. Wise, that is correct.
And then, paano mo matutulungan? Nasabi mo na earlier na para hindi, katulad ng sabi nila, di ba, para hindi ka mabenta kung umuwi ka ng Pilipinas, marunong sila mag-speak ng Tagalog, at saka nakakaintindi sila with sa mga conversations. Pero paano mo, aside from yung mga sinabi mo kanina ng mga simple ways, paano mo matututunan naman ng mga magulang at guro ng mga bata para pag-aralan yung Tagalog?
Yeah, just by doing simple things like when you're at home, talk to them in Filipino. When you're in the table, eating lunch or dinner together as a family, watching shows, you converse to them in your language, and then eventually they're gonna catch on and they're gonna learn how to speak the language and continue our cultural, what was the term you used earlier?
Cultural preservation.
Cultural preservation. We're not gonna lose our identity as Filipinos. Yeah, and eventually they're gonna grasp some of those words, and they're gonna learn the words and the language, and that would help them preserve and conserve the Filipino culture.
Yeah, pinag-usapan talaga yung identity, no? Ay, importante yon. And nung Sabado pala, sumali ka dun sa back to school fair ng ACDC.
Thank you very much for inviting me. I had so much fun at the back to school event for ACDC. Thank you very much.
Well, maraming salamat for joining us. And actually, mas natuwa yung mga bata. Ang ganda nung pag yung meron kang laro na spin the wheel, tapos nananalo sila ng libro mo, at saka ng mga backpacks para sa mga kids.
Yes, I had fun also being with different cultures for kids. I met a lot of kids from Philippines, from China and other cultures. They had fun. With the presentation and the giveaways. I had fun also signing books for them.
Yes,
taking pictures.
You were a celebrity last Saturday.
I love taking pictures with the kids. They were so sweet. They were so adorable.
And that's a way to share the culture then with other attendees, kasi hindi lang mga Pinoy who attended, like Chinese, but also there were a lot of other races and ethnicities that participated there.
It's for everyone. There was a lot of kids there. Yeah, I had fun. That was one of the highlights of the event. Taking pictures with the kids. I posted it on my social. I love this picture. It's so cute.
Maraming salamat. Nagpapa-autograph kay Kuya Mark yung mga bata. Celebrity ka nung panahon na yun. And then bago tayo Tapos, ano yung mga gusto mo iparating para sa mga magulang at pati na rin sa mga Filipino-American na mga bata?
Yes, so to all parents, caregivers, if you wanna, what was the term again? If you wanna spread cultural, what was the term again? Preservation. Please support by buying my book. It's called Let's Cook Filipino, and I have another book also. It's called Tagalog Language, Parts of the Body, and you can buy my books from our website. It's called kidsreadingadventures.com. We're also available on Amazon and Barnes and Noble. So just search Kids Reading Adventures or the title of the book or even my name, Mark Satorre. And once you buy the book, just make it a habit, read to them, make it consistent, and eventually they're gonna grasp some of the Filipino words, some of the Filipino language, culture that's being given, and they won't feel forced to learn the language.
Well, thank you for that. And then maraming salamat ulit sa pagdalo mo dito sa PHLV Radio at pagsama sa spread awareness and then preserve our identity and culture, Filipino identity and culture through your books, Kuya Mark.
Thank you, Wise. Thank you for having me.
And alam ko, madami ka pang mga libro, hindi lang Tagalog, may Bisaya pa,
Yes.
at saka yung phonetics, tama po?
Yes, I have kindergarten activity books. I have the decoding books for reading, CVC words, digraph blends for kids. They're called activity books. I also have phrase books in Tagalog and Visayan language. I also have chapter books for sports for kids, golf topics, girls soccer topics, baseball picture topic, and I'm writing right now a basketball story that I haven't released yet, but the book is done. I just need to publish it. It hasn't been published. Yes.
Well, good luck. Pag nag-publish siya, bisita ka ulit dito sa podcast.
I have the self-help book. If you guys want to learn how to write your own books, specifically children's book, I have the self-help book. It's self-publishing book. It's available. I wrote it. All my secrets and tools are there. So if you want to learn that book, learn how to self-publish your own books, you can purchase that book. That one is available also.
Galing naman. Ang sobrang busy. Tapos school na next week, start na ng school.
Yes.
Ang galing naman. So, tapos at saka yung sa self-help book, hindi lang talaga iniisip mo yung mga bata, pati yung mga mga hindi na kabataan na matutong magsulat ng libro.
I have a lot of inquiries from teachers, not only Filipino teachers, but in general, like, oh, congratulations on your book. How did you get started? So that gave me an idea. Okay, I could publish this and sell this. So it's a step-by-step guide on how to self-publish yourself, starting from creating rough draft, finding your illustrator, how to publish it, step-by-step guide, all major publishing through Amazon, through Barnes and Noble, through Ingram Spark, that's the distributor.
I see.
And I also have there how to make an ebook. So if you want to do ebooks, there's a portion there, one chapter for ebooks, and also for audiobook. If you have chapter books that you want read out loud, there's a chapter there for audiobooks, because I have audiobooks. All my chapter books are available for download for audiobooks. It's on Spotify.
Oh, ang galing. Grabe. Ang galing naman. Talaga, pwede ba magpa-autograph na rin ako sa'yo sa libro din. But kaya if you're interested to write a book or even buy children's book for your kids, sa mga inyong mga pamangkin, bisitahin nyo lang ang kidsreadingadventures.com at makikita nyo po yon various books na sinulat ni Kuya Mark. Kaya Para sa karagdagang impormasyon tungkol sa ACDC, visit our website at acdcnv.org at follow our social media channels para sa mga updates tungkol sa susunod na mga episodes, programa at podcast episodes na rin. Kaya abangan nyo po ang aming susunod na episode hanggat sa muli. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you.
Thank you.